Entry solution is where the rubber meets the road, so to speak. Here is where we do that which the application was designed for, validate tickets. But we do a lot more, and there are a lot more features. So before we do that, let's look at the application and some of the features and some of the things we need to note. One, at the very top we see the login user, we see the gate name. Below that, the gate name we entered during the login process. We see the event that's loaded into the database. You notice our back button is active. I can press that and go back to my start screen, my splash screen. I can always pull up my help file using this button. And I can do the very same thing as in the splash screen. I can view a report by clicking this button. And this will obviously have not much in it. Before we continue, I need to talk a little bit about filtering. When we first load ticket data into the database, each ticket belongs to what is called a tier. Here's an example. In this event, if I were to click the filter button, I can see all the different tiers for all the different tickets. For example, in this event, there is a VIP 450, there is a VIP comp. Each one of these tiers represents a group of tickets, a certain number of tickets, which, as you probably noticed from the summary, can be validated or has to be validated. Now, when we first launch the application and we first enter entry solutions and we don't select any of these, notice what we have here. When we select none, we are actually validating all. Which means what? It means that regardless to the tier, what tier it is, what tier the ticket belongs to, we will validate it. In other words, if it belongs in the database, it will be marked as valid. If, however, I were to click VIP comp here and I go return to entry, notice what happens down here. It tells me what I am only validating. I am only validating VIP comp. What does this mean? If someone comes with a perfectly valid ticket, in other words, that ticket is legitimate, it does belong in the database, but if that ticket does not belong to the VIP comp tier, at this point, it will be flagged as fraud. For example, I know this ticket is indeed a valid ticket, and because I am validating only comp, VIP comp, it will be flagged as false, as fraud. But not just any fraud. You will see down below it's filtered out. This is to let you know that the ticket is actually valid, but perhaps the person came to the wrong gate. Now, if I were to clear the filter and type in the very same thing, let's see what happens. So I am actually using validated VIP comp. I'm going to deselect that and return to entry. Notice I am now validated all tiers again. And if now I type in the very same code and hit enter, I get valid ticket. This is because I have cleared the filter and now it becomes valid. It is valid. Notice here, because I have scanned a valid ticket, that shows up here in this section where you can actually at a glance see the last valid ticket that you scanned. This is useful, for example, when you're scanning very quickly. You can actually look back and see the last ticket that you scanned to double check to see that you have not missed the ticket, or perhaps scan the same ticket twice. And there you have it, basically. So I wrote a bit of code to illustrate and demonstrate the application in full flight. This code is designed to show you the application under stress. It's going to be scanning each ticket or simulating a scan of each ticket every 2 seconds, and it's going to validate that each ticket against nearly 11,000 tickets. So let's see it in action, shall we? At this point, if we go back to the status report, we should expect something completely different. We should have all the entered tickets, the duplicate tickets, as well as the fraud and filtered out tickets. So let's check that out. There you have it, duplicate tickets, timestamp, the user, the gate, as well as the machine name. Fraud, same thing here, as well as all those that are valid and entered are in this table. Note here that if you want to find out which tickets were scanned and filtered out, we can identify them in the fraud tickets table here via the comments column. If it was just a fraud ticket, that is a ticket that does not appear in the database, all you would see in the comments column is fraud. Going back to the application. So that has been a brief introduction into Entry Solution.